Photographs I always come back to aren't the ones on my phone, Instagram, or somewhere in the cloud, but here in these albums, decades of memories laid out on the living room table, captured by my mom with this camera. Tangible moments that are now instead compressed to a single Facebook photo album. I won't deny how easy it is to just grab my phone, set up a $10 tripod, a 10-second timer, take hundreds of pictures of the same scene. But once I get home, I realize it was a failed photo shoot. I delete nearly all the pictures and continue the cycle some other day. So just like my mom, I decided to buy my own film camera, slow down and focus on the craft and art of photography, something that can be lost in the digital age. I knew I didn't want my first film camera to be a point and shoot, but there are so many SLR camera models in the world, and picking one to get started was a challenging task. After endless amounts of research, I decided to go with a pretty mainstream Canon AE1. Sure, this camera took some time getting used to, but having just shot with DSLRs, learning film photography as a whole was going to be a pretty daunting task, and wouldn't have been easier if I had chosen any other camera model. Over the last year, I've taken my Canon AE1 with me everywhere, whether it be on hikes, vacations, or even walks around the block, just in case I'd run into something worthy of shooting. Slowing down and shooting film made me notice details I've never seen before, like how the moon will sit right above this tree at a certain time, or how perfectly balanced the waiting area of the nearby station is. One of my absolute favorite rolls of film was the one I shot in Portugal. I traveled to Porto and Lisboa to see my cousins, and of course I had to capture their beautiful faces. My biggest regret though was only bringing one roll. Since then, I've learned to bring extra rolls when traveling. Those were just a few of my favorite photographs from my most recent rolls of film. The first roll I shot was a little different. I photographed my niece, my mom, nature, city fixtures, my best friend, some blurry images, and a whole lot of underexposure. Which I will admit took me a while to shoot a roll where half of the images weren't underexposed, though these mistakes are also part of the fun of film photography. First of the roll photographs can also be considered mistakes to some people, but to me, they're actually the most exciting shots of every roll. Again, knowing that only a portion of your roll will be worth sharing forces me to think about every single detail in the images I take. Once I'm done shooting a roll of film comes the nail-biting part. Was I in focus? Did I overexpose or did I underexpose? And without the luxury of digital previews, there is no way to tell but time, hope, and a trustworthy photo lab. Of course, I'll always grab my phone for that quick selfie with friends or that Instagrammable dinner, but nothing can ever replicate the warm, vintage look of film.